One question, though. Are you going to tell her?
Tell what to who?
Durr.
Hey man, stupid boy, I can't fucking think beyond my nose.
What an actual dipshit.
I know!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 4pixels. Your hosts Coco and Kimi are here, and we are continuing the letter with our guests Layfilet and Buttons.
Yay!
Well, I did, but you get the point.
Yes, start with buttons, because I'm stuffing my face.
Oh, nice.
After
Right.
scolding After scolding Rebecca for her harsh tone, a concerned Ashton followed after Isabella. He found her alone in a corner of the lounge, upset. Despite agreeing with her, he insisted she would only put herself at risk by coming back. Although she acquiesced, dismay was clear on her face.
Mandy.
I thought you still don't like her. Don't tell me you've kept in contact with her. Are you guys friends now or something?
Mandy was a character that appeared in the diary, and she was a girl who used to bully Becca, but then there was a point in which Becca finally stood up to her and showed her what for, and a couple years later they kind of became friends because Mandy changed, and it was really weird because she was acting rather sapphic towards Becca for a while.
Oh my.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if it was just that she was feeling incredibly remorseful or didn't know how to approach Becca, but she kept trying to speak to her on several occasions. I don't know. I took it
Maybe-
sapphic. I took
Maybe
it.
Ding!
she had her way awakening from time in between.
I love the fact that rather sapphic is a fucking phrase now.
Ding!
All thanks to
Oh,
Goku.
no. We do see each other sometimes. On the way to work or when I go out for lunch, but it's nothing like that.
Mandy sobs in the distance.
We're not friends. Not in this lifetime. I don't think so.
Wow. They could just
We'll
kill
get along,
Mandy.
But if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't even be friends, yeah? You stood up for me that day. And from then on, things have changed.
This sounds so gay.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say the shoujo music in the background is like real out of place here.
No, it's fully in place, I think.
I think Becca's getting ready to say some things that will
Yep.
be met with a rejection.
Yep. We're about to let Becca down. Hard. She makes it sound like I'm some sort of hero. Manny was in the wrong, of course. I'll defend her. If no one's going to stand up for her, who else will? Chances are it would have escalated, and who knows, maybe she would have stopped going to school or transferred. Sorry, had to mute because of a burp. Didn't want that on recording.
It's fine.
Any other time, yes, but not on this recording. Would have really just ruined the mood, just bleh. Any decent human being with an ounce of sense should know better. I acted because I know what I'm doing is right. Sorry, I lost the trail of that sentence. Jeez. It's as simple as that. Yet she smiles as if it's worth more than that. A fondness that goes beyond nostalgia.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is this time I don't want this to go unsaid.
Becca, no!
You know, just in case something happens.
Oh boy.
Ash,
Becca, no!
No.
I've
Do it.
always been in love with you.
Oh,
Becca,
shit.
no. You've misread the situation so bad.
I'll just step out for a moment.
She says it so plainly, holding my gaze and in a voice too frank that her admission stuns me into silence. Like the wind has suddenly been knocked out of me in one fell swoop. Despite her obviousness, I had no idea. No words will form, not even a single coherent thought as the meaning of her words bear down on me. Like some sort of oppressive bear. Nevertheless, she continues, desperate to express everything she has kept to herself all these years. This is what the fondness is. Why, for her, it weighs heavier than any feelings of nostalgia can carry.
Since that time in secondary? Since I made that promise to never leave?
Oh my god.
Always, always truly loved you.
The fucking voice crack, though, they're just, what the hell?
That
That's-
actually really hurt, yeah.
Just like, hold on, calm down, Becca. Do not start crying. Poof. Poof. Afterwards, there is relief. A weight suddenly being lifted from her shoulders after so long. She closes her eyes and lets out a breath. But she looks back to me, though there's nothing but hope in them. Eyes that are searching for an answer. Facing the sincerity behind her words, I find myself grasping, scrambling for words. Because as much as this pains me to admit, I can't give her the same affection she's asking from me. We might have spent so many years alongside each other. Hell, we practically grew up together. But that never automatically means I'll ever hold for her feelings that go beyond what boundaries.
What?
Yeah. But that never automatically means I'll ever hold for her feelings that goes beyond the boundaries of friendship. I do appreciate her presence in my life. I'm more than glad that she is stuck with me even through the toughest moments. Even when she finds me difficult or aggravating. However, it's really all there is to it. She's close. She's a close, important friend to me, but nothing more.
Rebecca, I'm...
I draw in a breath, ragged, unsure. Uncertain how and which words to put together, so it will hurt her less. So the wounds they may leave won't be as deep or scar. Though before I can even string two phrases together, she lifts a hand to my mouth and silences me. Smiles on her face, kinder than every single one I've seen from her so far. It's nice to see it on her. It suits her more than the glares or the frowns. But at the same time, it only serves to baffle me.
You don't
Okay,
have
Becca.
to answer me.
Yeah, but you should... I should...
No, I mean, you don't need to.
Okay, now I'm really confused. One moment you're saying you've been in love with me since secondary, now you're telling me to shut up?
If you want to interpret it like that, all right.
No, really. Some explanation would be nice, Becca. Because a lot of things are going on right now, and I'm afraid I can't catch up. Especially with this curveball you just threw.
It means what it means, Ashton. You don't need to answer me. I don't really need to hear it anymore. It's not that I don't want to. Believe me, if I were the same person I was before this whole thing happened to us, I'd be elated, excited even. But like I said, I also realized some things. Understood myself more. Ash, I did love you. Ever since we were kids, all those times you defended me from bullies. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, even after this. But at the end of the day, once you take a closer look at everything, it also turned me into a really selfish person.
Yes! Yes! Thank God!
It's the Becca
Oh.
redemption arc we've been asking for.
Yes, thank you.
When you think about it, maybe the Ashton I loved isn't the one standing in front of me right now. Maybe all this time, I'm still clinging on to that aloof kid I met 17 years ago. I didn't even consider that you have a mind of your own. That one day, it won't just be the two of us. That you'll find someone else and it won't be me.
I'm sorry, Becca.
I'm not even sure what I'm apologizing for. That I can't return her feelings? Or because I'm somehow holding myself responsible for this. Even if, up until now, I had no idea how she felt. Regardless, she continues to smile through all of it. That doesn't look like a
It's
smile.
not your fault. Don't say that. I'm the one who should apologize. Since I suddenly sprung this up on you when you have other things to do. I just thought I should let you know, so I can finally let this whole thing go. One question though. Are you going to tell her?
Tell what to who?
Durr.
Stupid boy, I can't fucking think beyond my nose.
What an actual dipshit.
I know! It's just like, tell who? Who could I possibly tell about the stupid shit I'm gonna do?
Or who
I
could
need
I
to
possibly confess my feelings to?
Yeah,
I wonder.
I need to think about this for like entire episode. I pause, frowning. Brief moment of doubt while I try to figure out what she's talking about all of a sudden. When it finally sinks in, though, my bewilderment.
Bewilderment, indeed.
My bewilderment hastily gives way to utter embarrassment.
Oh.
What an actual idiot. I love this idiot child.
He's my son and I'm gonna protect him.
Oh,
Or get him killed.
Shit.
Oh shit.
What, did you think you were subtle, Ashton? You're only a little bit behind Becca.
Someone save this boy.
Save him from himself! Oh shit!
Oh shit.
Oh shit!
I need a remix of that. Ashton, we found your new ringtone. Anyway, whew. Heat abruptly crawls up my face, no matter my efforts to keep it down. In the end, I can only look away from her, afraid of what else she'll see in it.
He should put that as like his notifier whenever he gets a text message from Becca.
Oh shit!
All I can imagine
I
is
really think no one would notice.
the beginning of the London Bridge Fergie video that's just oh shit on repeat.
Was it that obvious?
Yes.
Yes.
It was surprisingly easy to tell, but that was probably because I've known you longer than anyone.
Fuck. who
Bitch,
else
please, Ray
knows?
Charles can see it.
I think Zach suspects.
Shit.
You're embarrassingly lame when you're trying too hard. It's almost painful to watch.
Thank you,
Don't
Becca.
worry. With your terrible way of flirting and knowing her, I'm quite sure Belle has no idea, even now. Not even a clue.
That's kind
Accurate.
That's kind of a Luke smile she's sporting right now.
Harsh, Rebecca. Really harsh. I could use a vote of confidence, you know.
She laughs, loud, the kind of that's free of any burden, ringing above the wind, slowly picking up as the storm clouds approach. With it, however, the awkward atmosphere lifts at last. There's only that camaraderie we've shared since meeting in that classroom 17 years ago.
I'm serious, though. Tell her. And if you ever make her cry, I'll hit you with every damn history book I have on my shelf. Clear?
Thank you,
Noted,
Becca.
ma'am.
Alright. Thanks, Mom.
Anyway, thanks for hearing me out. I won't keep you long. I know you have things to do. Just promise me you'll be careful, alright?
She doesn't wait for an answer, instead gives me a push with a force of only heavy enough to throw me off balance. Caught unawares by the gesture for a few moments, fight for purchase against my car's trunk, bracing my hand on its smooth surface and then sliding promptly off because I waxed it yesterday. Damn it!
If only.
When I look up, with a string of reprimands ready at the tip of my tongue, Rebecca's already halfway through the parking lot. There's a small skip in her step, while the breeze carries the light tune she's whistling. On a whim, I let its notes be the last thing I commit to memory before slipping inside my car and driving off. That's exactly the thing you say before you go die. It sounds like a new beginning more than anything. Another reason to be optimistic.
Death flag number 13.
I'm consistently amazed that Ashton is such a fucking moron. Ashton left for the mansion at nightfall, but when he got to his car, he found Rebecca waiting for him. Fearing she might not have the chance, Rebecca confessed her feelings. But before he could answer, Rebecca stopped him, admitting she had been selfish and she was letting him go. She only wanted him to know.
Within 10 minutes, I'm driving out of Luxport and heading straight for the Anselm village. In the distance, flashes of lightning light up the horizon, white and sharp against the black curtain of the night. Thunder threatens with a rumble, seconds later, echoing long across the sky. And with one last roar, the skies open in earnest. Well, this is a haunting scene if I ever did see one.
Oh, damn.
I'm hype.
Why does it suddenly look so old?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the trees have nothing on them all of a sudden. It suddenly looks like the actual haunted house it's supposed to be. I love it!
And it looks like super abandoned, like it has things growing,
Vines,
plants
yeah.
growing.
It's my
Vines, yeah.
And I think there's even like cracks in the steps and in the balcony up top there.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
This is really weird because every time we've seen it, it's been like super pristine and beautiful and everything's like perfect. And then all of a sudden we come to this and it's like, oh shit, everyone's dead. Cool. Got
We're
here
gonna-
too late, Ashton.
Nah, it's fine. Nothing bad's gonna happen.
We're gonna find buttons inside.
Yeah,
Dead. Hanging from the ceiling. Yep.
it's fine. It's my dream home.
It's where she always wanted to die. The rain falls in fast, steady sheets, creating shallow puddles on the dirt path, drenching everything the eyes can reach. Despite having grown up in this city, I still despise the rain. Living here doesn't mean I have to like it. Lucky me, I've reached the mansion before the downpour has turned torrential. The long slog from Anselm village by foot has already been made difficult by the light drizzle and biting winds buffeting against my body every few seconds. By the time I've found cover under the trees lining the vicinity of the mansion, my shoulders are already drenched. My hair's also sticking against my skin and out in every possible direction at the same time somehow. I'm very confused by that. Thankfully, the letter, taser, and gun I've brought with me has remained relatively dry. That's the most important thing. I'm just imagining shooting, like, a taser that's wet and how badly that would go.
Oh yeah.
I just...
I'm just waiting for someone to fall in the frickin' lake with it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would not be good. However, those are the least of my problems at the moment. Sometime after the housewarming party, Gumbag, right, suddenly grown a brain and tightened up security around the mansion. A guard is now stationed in every possible point of entry. The main entryway, the back door leading to the kitchens. Hell, it's almost a miracle no one has spotted me since I entered the property. Although that's probably because I've kept close to the forest. Careful, there's cannibals there. While I can always create a clever way in for myself under this deluge, it'll be difficult to do so without making much noise or leaving tracks.
I don't really have the luxury either, do I?
Considering how off this place feels since I've stepped in the property and the mansion came to view. Every light is off. Even with the security personnel on patrol outside, the whole house itself feels empty, eerie, too quiet. Normally, I'll pass it off as some kind of power outage because of the storm. It's not a far-off conclusion when this place is almost in the middle of nowhere. However, something just feels wrong.
Something happened here.
Or about to. It's the sole reason why I haven't done anything yet. Simply observing, watching, listening for anything. I might be pressed for time, but I'm not a careless idiot.
Are you sure?
I was waiting for someone to argue that. Although I need a way in, desperately so. Moving without thinking will only endanger me. So many unknown variables and what we're dealing with. I also have to act on the assumption that someone is always in danger, especially in this place. I can't act impetuously. As much as I hate Wright, I'm not about to cause his death because of one thoughtless action. I'd rather see him rot behind bars. Ah, there we go. If there's a place he deserves to be at, it's in prison, not a morgue.
Okay.
Is that Hannah?
That's the
So-
crying we've always heard whenever the ghost has been around.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Well, that Coco is always heard.
Yeah.
So, when a hoarse, painful sob suddenly rings out above the loud pitter-patter of rain, only then do I stir. A woman. Perhaps a servant? Or worse, Hannah Wright. It's coming from the forest? Just right up ahead, in fact. Not too far from the house. Regardless, I give the place a quick, wary glance before following the noise. Carefully keeping to the shadow, one cautious step after another. Louder and louder it goes as I near.
Womp.
Ooh.
Until it abruptly turns into a loud, desperate, anguished cry.
Rip Coco
Angry.
2K18.
I break into a run. One nervous hand ready on the gun holstered at my hip, and the other raised for balance as I scurry across the dense understory. Dead leaves crunch under my shoes, but I pay it no mind. There's only the voice, the woman, and... nothing. Abruptly, it all stops, and I am met with a sudden
Oh god, here comes Virginia.
blank. Empty. Almost deafening in its stillness, even with my labored breathing and pounding heartbeats against my ears. Behind me, another branch breaks and... Dread surges within me while I spin around and take a hard step back, ignoring the chilly pinpricks crawling at the back of my neck. But before I can even meet her eyes, the world unexpectedly pitches sideways. Tilt. And tilting till the ground beneath me finally crumbles. My hands fight for purchase, only to meet air. By then, it's too late. Sorry, that yelp made me laugh. My foot slips further and the rest of my body follows. Dark spots blur the edges of my vision. Black tendrils twist and coil around my limbs. Soft footfalls echo from the far distance, scurrying, scampering, moving in an odd rhythm with the sharp, piercing notes of her laughter. But more than that are the voices, lacing venom inside every crevice in my head. Murmurs that jeer, scoff, and deride. Over. 'Cause you didn't listen. And over. It's all your fault. And over again. Why won't you believe me? A reminder of what I've failed to do and who I've failed. What I'm trying to desperately fix. Scream threatens to burst, but my throat closes off. Ever so slowly, a chill seeps into every nerve in my body, washing away every sensation in me, apart from one. There's only fear. Once again, her laughter echoes, a sound both bitter and unforgiving. It is the last thing I hear before she reaches for me. The ground trembles. The world slows to a stop. Oh shit. Really?
Bum, 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 bum.
Really? We got Ashton in the dungeon?
Bum, 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 bum.
I guess we really should have let Bella come with us and take the chance of dying instead.
I don't think that was a choice, though, that we could have had.
True. Half darkness greets me when my eyes finally snap open, the soft patter of dripping water somewhere spurring my consciousness further. For a few short moments, I remain still, blinking away the dizziness, allowing my vision to adjust to the lack of light and my breathing to even out first, before pushing myself up on one arm and attempting to stand. Turning alone is a struggle on its own. An inch of movement sends a stab of sharp pain right up my arms and my back, giving me another pause.
Shit. I hope I didn't break anything. Fuck.
There doesn't seem to be any injury or major fracture, although the whole of my back does feel sore and raw. Probably from when I've skidded down prior to landing myself here. A comforting thought. Second attempt comes easier later, though no less painful. And by the time I'm back on my feet, the exertion has left me gasping in short, shallow breaths and leaning heavily on the wall nearest me. And behind me, a light draft blows in from where I've fallen in, coming in short, sharp bursts into what's apparently an underground tunnel, and brings in the fresh, earthy smell of the rain from the topside. Regardless, it fails to mask the old, musty scent of the place. A mixture of mold and mildew, dust and grease. Something distinctly foul.
And with that, we will end this episode right here. Thank you guys for joining us, and see you next time.
Bye bye.